not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Test and trade, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live, Thursday, April 2nd. S&P is down 8 points. NASDAQ is down 46. Russell is up 12, and the Dow is down 131. Big gap down, big rip higher, and then just been kind of chopping sideways most of the day. Gold is still down 2.5%. Silver's down 4.5%. Notes and bonds a little bit green. 10-year yield down about 0.25%. Oil is still up big, up over 11% at $111 a barrel. Natty gas down a little bit. Soybeans finished red. Wheat unchanged. Corn down 0.5%. Euro and the pound are both down about 0.5%. And Bitcoin down a little over 1.5%. VIX up 1.4% from yesterday's close, currently at 24.88. As far as my trades today, on my BIX, I fired my first one about an hour after the market opened. I paused the early ones, just because it's obviously a big overnight move. So I just wanted to see things kind of settle in before I started firing. So about an hour after I did my first one, I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 open tranches, and the rest have been one-sided, no double stops. Let's see, TAT says 2,500, but I made some money on that first tranche I opened because I didn't do any earlier. I opened with a 5 lot when we started to look like we were settling down, and then we had that big explosion higher. So I made some money on the longs there. Looks like I'm currently up about almost 6,000 on VIX. So it looked like it was although I was getting ready to say it looked like a good choice to pause them, but I would have had more long calls, I guess. I maybe would have made more, but I probably also would have closed them out. So anyway, that's what it is. I did one Elmo, hit profit target on that. I'm still holding a 1 DTE iron Condor that's down about $300. That'll close out at the end of the day. If we happen to get a down move, that would benefit. I closed out 3 DC time machines that expired today. Ended up just closing them out for 10, 15, 20 cents. Just to go ahead and lock those in, just in case we got to move. I just decided to take those off. Not really worth the risk of holding, in my opinion. I do have the first double calendar I put on. Still have on. It was underwater after that big push up, but it's coming back to life. It's currently up. Doesn't look like it's. I mean, it's not. I don't think it'll be up enough to transform, but I should be able to book a profit as long as we don't rip higher. It's currently up. Looks like at about $600 ish. And day trade I did a little bit of scalping, but nothing on the live stream. I was scalping SPY calls, but super tiny. So I made a few $100 on that explosion higher. It was just super small, but nothing really on the day trades today. I think that is it for me on my trading. I did, the April coming in hot for DCTM so far. Here's my month to date. I had that one number 100 that I ended up closing out yesterday for $1,100 loss. But I had the one expire yesterday for plus 5,845. Had one that I closed for a scratch, and then the 3 today I booked 4,950, 8,245, and 2,900. So over 20K in booked profits so far in April for the first 2 days. Biggest individual stock movers today. Tesla is leading the charge to the downside, down almost 6%. HIMS is down 4%. ARM down 4%. MSTR is down almost 3%. On the upside, A-Lab is up 9%. Nebius up 5%. IONQ, RGTI, some quantum names up 4+%. Intel's up 4%. So yeah, kind of a wild little gap down overnight, and then fully recovered. That was beautiful for the old DC time machines. Watson thought they were dead. Watson, your clap just got a clap. E. Allison clapped your clap. What about you guys? Any DC time machines? Did you guys have any that expired today? I know a couple people posted. S&P spiked up into positive territory, but then it kind of settled back in and been kind of chopping around just in red territory. Same with the NASDAQ. Russell's green. Krish closed one for 5 cents. Nice. Yeah, that little push out of the gate was a gift. Nice little gift. Although, last month, 3 weeks in a row, they got pushed out of our range, so we're due. We're due. The probabilities are playing out now. Oh, and then I did get another one locked in today as well. That was number 104, locked in 13 minutes. So after this big push up, we had obviously a massive vol crush. Right about at the top is when I put that on. Let me see what time I got filled on that. Right at 10 a.m. my time. Or no, that's when it got locked. It was a 5.6 DTE, yeah, around 9:45 Central. So that would have been, I guess, about 10 minutes after the push kind of settled is where I entered that, where I got filled. I started working the order. I was working it for about 10 minutes. Ended up chasing it a little bit to get filled. So yeah, I got filled about 9:45, and then 9:57, 13 minutes later, got locked and removed the risk. So that one expires in 5 days. Don't forget, the market is closed tomorrow, so this is the last trading day of the week. As far as next week goes, Monday, ISM Services PMI. That's It's 30 minutes after the market opens. Tuesday, nothing. Got a couple orange folder durable good reports pre-market. Wednesday, FOMC minutes in the afternoon. Thursday, core PCE and final GDP pre-market. And then Friday, CPI pre-market. Krish, 34 trades. How many losers? How many did you have to close for a loss? 3? Not bad. Not bad. It's over 90% win rate. VIX still hanging around 25. It was up above 27.5 early this morning. Elliot, you've been smoking some Elmos in this consolidation here? Premiums were still super juiced, so I got to imagine you were, yeah. Got to imagine you have been banking on those all afternoon. Well, all late morning, afternoon. Beautiful. No losers. You're really good at those. You are just really good at those. Didn't start till 12:42, or do you got another page? What are you guys going to do on your nice long weekend? Any Easter plans? Nice, Medfly. Krish hanging out with the grandbaby. It's nice. I don't really have any plans personally. My youngest son is over in Elliot's part of the world. He's on him and his mom went over there for it's a school related deal. They're in London, and then they're taking a train over to France. So he's over there for spring break. My oldest, we got some baseball stuff, but that's about it. Nothing too exciting for me. Elliot, how far are you from London? He FaceTimed me this morning, 6:30 this morning. He was walking by Big Ben. My youngest son's on spring break. He's in London right now. Oh, you are in London. Okay. Yeah, he just FaceTimed me this morning at 6:30 a.m. He was at Big Ben. SPX has just been chopping around unchanged and right at the upper expected move all day. Kind of in between previous day close and previous day low. Watson's going to his mom's house and do yard work. That sounds exciting, Watson. Yeah, Django, I'm just going to close it here shortly. Looks like it'll be a small winner, maybe a scratch. Could use a little bit of a down move. Kind of looks like the profits actually just kind of got drained out of it a little bit here the last 15 minutes or so. Not sure it's the day to do a Mahomes. This price action is a little too calm for my liking. $70 butterfly is, yeah, I mean, it's not even a buck yet. And the market hasn't gone anywhere since early. As far as other DC time machines, I've got the one that I locked today. It expires in 5 days. I've got one that expires in 7 days on April 9th. That one's nice and centered. Disregard that one. That's just a test IBKR thing I was doing. I've got one that expires in 8 days. That one's still under the tent currently. I've got one that expires April 10th. That needs a down move if that one's going to hit. And then the number 103 double calendar. I've still got to close today. Is that what the executive orders were, Krish, today? Be back in just 1 minute. Has anyone else, I know Brandon is using this. Is anyone else using the OTA, Option Traders Assistant, that I've been using? I've got a call with the owner, Charles, after the bell today. Yeah, it's been really handy for me. I mean, I'm the whole spreadsheet that I was using before, starting this month in April. I'm not using a spreadsheet because this will track everything for me. Go to the dashboard. It's got all kinds of reports that you can run, but just here on the dashboard, you can see my month-to-date performance, which obviously is just the first 2 days. Has all your positions. You can look at it in this format, or you can look at it on the graphs, which is my favorite. Like this. Bunch of different reports you can do, multiple accounts. You can paper trade on it as well, which is kind of cool if you're just starting out, just trying to get a feel. What I do is I always enter my orders in Thinkorswim because I like to play around with the strikes a little bit and visualize it on the toss risk graph. So I enter it in toss, and then you can then what I do is I immediately go to trade and I import it from the broker. And I can just put in SPX, search for any orders for today. So it's searching for my any orders in this specific toss account, and then I just find the order, click on it. Let's say this one, and then I would create a new trade, and I can name it. So I name it just like I do when I post in the trade channel, and then just hit. I put the name and all that in, and just put create and import, and then it shows up. And then I transform and I close every trade right here in OTA. So, like for example, this number 103 that I still have open. I would just go here, closing order, and then I can, play with the price, mid price, whatever. And then I'll just close it from here. That way all the tracking stays in here. Or if I was going to transform it, I could go to here. And then I could go like this. This, like this, just put in the transformer order, and then say submit order. It gives you the graph of what you have. Obviously the double calendar, and then it gives you the graph of the Iron Condor, so you kind of know that you've got it right. Hit order, and then I can pick my price and then just click place order, and that order automatically shows up in your working orders in TOS. So it's pretty slick. Pretty slick. So with IBKR, that's actually one thing I'm talking to him about, because like here's a proposed trade that I set up, and I was planning to trade it in my IB account. So there's this IBKR button. So like, you know how you can copy and paste trades in TOS? So if I was going to place this in TOS, I could also just click this button and it copies the order, and then it's in the format, and I just paste it in TOS. Well, it's the same kind of thing with IBKR. It doesn't have a direct connection to trade with IB, but what it's supposed to do is you're supposed to be able to click that, and then Trader Workstation has something called Basket Trader. So essentially it downloads the order onto a spreadsheet, and then you would upload it directly on IB. I'm just not very interactive broker savvy. I'm doing something wrong because it didn't work. So that's one thing I'm going to talk to him about today, to make sure I know how to work that. The 14 was just the number of contracts that I have on that trade, Django. So it's not a bot. Like you couldn't schedule BICs, Elliot. Yeah, that would be too much manual stuff with this. It wouldn't be good for that. It's just where it really shines is for like these DC time machines or any kind of transformer or any kind of spread where you're making adjustments, and just becomes kind of a nightmare to track. That's where it's the best. You would have to import each one of your BICs, I guess. And then once you did that, it would, yes. Oh, yeah, for sure, Jan. That's one of the topics of conversation. I'm going to see what kind of discount we can get. So you're saying, but you would have your bot trading the BICs, right, Elliot? Yeah. So that I don't think that would work. I mean, well, yeah, but you'd have to manually go in and import each tranche, and then you would import the open, and then when it closed, you would import the close, and then it would track them perfectly. I just don't know if you want it would be a lot of manual importing. Just not sure that would be ideal personally, but yeah, like I showed you how to import. I mean, if I went to import from broker, pick your account, pick SPX, search, it would show all your orders. So then you'd have to just click create the trade, call it whatever, BIC, and then maybe the time or whatever you want, import it, and then you would have to come back and import the closing order too. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that would be, it's not something I would want to do personally. It would be super cool if it was a bot and it did what it does, but I don't think, I've emailed him back and forth a ton. I don't think that's a route he's wanting to go with it. All right, SPX still just chopping. Number 103 still just kind of looks like a scratch here. I'll go ahead and write it into the close. Got about 2 minutes till MOC. I'll probably try to see if he wants to, after I talk to him, assuming it's going to be a good fit. I'll probably schedule a time for him to come on and kind of do an overview.
1 minute to go now to view the market on close imbalance data.
I'm sure there's some things on it that I haven't even messed with yet that he'll be able to show some other features potentially. Maybe not. I've dug pretty deep into it. I kind of know it like the back of my hand already, but might be a few little things he can share with us that I don't know.
Ten seconds. Market on close imbalance. S&P 500 buy side 2.7 billion, Nasdaq 100 buy side 1.8 billion, Dow 30 buy side 621 million, and Mag 7 buy side 947 million.
2.7 billion buy side. S&P creeping up. VIX at lows of day. I was hoping for it to go the other direction. Little push coming back down, 75. Reddit unchanged for the day. Number 103, I got into for 1985. Looks like it's trading for a little bit less than that now. I'm going to put in an order to get out at 20 bucks. In case we get a little dip. SPX up to 78. The 80 butterflies trading for $1.50, maybe. Still hanging around 77. I'm going to put in a little order on the 80 fly. I usually do a 5 or 10 lot. I'm just going to do a 3 lot. I was thinking about not doing it, but that was a pretty big MOC number. $80 fly looks like it's at about $1.50 still. Keeping them a little cheap for the lack of movement we've seen. Besides the first hour. Would it be possible to do a video on what you're looking at to enter the DCTM, why you might choose certain days and not others, why you might choose to enter at a specific time and not others? Yeah, I can do that. Make a note. I might have some time tomorrow. My one DTE just closed. Contact you. I'll post it in the Transformer chat channel, and then I'll probably add it to the course in the WAP. All right, just got filled at $2 on the 80 fly. 3 minutes to go. Let's see if Mr. SPX has got a 5-point move in her today for the rest of the day. SPX up to 82. This move up is working against my number 103 double calendar. Looks like it'll be a couple $100 loss. SPX back below 82. A little over a minute. I'll take care of the double calendar after the bell here. All right, back above break even, 83. VIX almost down to 24. Need a little push above 83. 10 seconds. There's 83 and a half.
Order cancelled.
And a markdown and a mark
Order
back
cancelled.
up. Looks like
Order cancelled.
65.82.67, just inside the break even. 65.82.67. All right, all. Everybody have a fantastic long weekend. We will be back at it on Monday. Have a good Easter. Take care. Cheers.